Joker is an absolute madman in Multiversus, and here's everything you need to know in order to master this mage. Welcome friends, Zen here with another toasty guide on everything you need to know in order to play Joker in Multiversus. First things first, this fighter is a mage that has a recommended difficulty, meaning he's easy to pick up but very hard to master. And Joker here has a horizontal fighting style, and here are his strengths and weaknesses. For strengths, this menacing clown has multiple attacks that can be used to create space and ones that can close the gap, often leading to the Joker controlling the stage quite nicely as a mage. He's also got projectile attacks with decent range, but for his weaknesses, some of his moves have rather small hitboxes, and some moves leave you open to getting punished, since they require Joker to be stationary. Next up is Joker's best signature perk, and while both of them are equally good, I think Joker's Wild is the better option since it gives his neutral attack more damage potential. And for his universal perks, we've got that's Flammable Dock, which can stack ignite effect from Joker's projectile, Speed Force Assist to help Joker with his movement to continue combos and really nice finishers, and finally Static Electricity, since the Joker's moveset has plenty of projectile based moves. He can definitely take advantage of this perk and deal that shocked debuff very easily and consistently. Now let's talk about his movesets, starting with his neutral attack, which is his projectile, and this is where he shoots his cards. Now some of you know that he has a bunch of different effects for his cards, and if you check out under my haha meter, there is a heart there saying that the heart of cards, or the heart card, is the next card that I'm going to throw. However, did you know that Joker can actually choose which card he's going to throw next? Yeah, with his crouch move. The only character whose crouch move actually does something. Now look at the cards, look at the icon, it's actually changing and shuffling Joker's cards. Now let's talk about what each of these cards do, starting with the diamond. This just sticks to the opponent before exploding, nothing too crazy. Let's shuffle it to the heart. This one passes through and brings them right back to you as a return, so this is great for extending combos. And then the final one, which is his spade, shoots out 3 cards very quick. However, if you have the Joker's Wild signature perk, it's the one that explodes. Next up is his side attack, which is him sliding and dealing some decent damage. You could use this to close the gap or even get away from certain attacks. Next up is his side attack, which is his combo that lends to his horizontal fighting style, as you can just fling them across the stage. It's honestly really good, but I personally like his up attack. So let me show you this. It's a chargeable crowbar hit that can knock the enemies up into the air. So check this out, and flinging them, you can juggle, since he's a clown, which is kind of great, but you can really juggle your enemies by initiating it with this move. Next up is his break armor move, which is his down attack. I like this move for when the enemy is falling back down. Let me show you what it is first. It is a chargeable move, and right there, and it breaks armor. But let's just say I fling them up, and right there, they're coming back down. It's kind of great to continue the combo. Now let's talk about his neutral special. Did you guys know that this move is actually an armor? In case you didn't know, check this out. A lot of you might already know, break armor moves have this purple pinkish aura, right? And armor moves actually have this golden yellow net covering over the character. Check this out real quick. I'll do it over here. Did you see that quickly? It is a armor move, meaning I won't take knockback when the enemy hits me. And if they get too close, check this out. Oh, that's too far. You literally have to be right on top of them. It deals some pretty good damage. Next up is his side special, and this is his bazooka that you can also charge to shoot farther. So if you just tap it, it just shoots right in front of you. Nothing too crazy. However, if you hold it, it can travel the distance. And check this out, enough to even knock them back, continuing that horizontal push. His up special is what you've seen with the balloon. It's pretty good. You can probably ring yourself out with that. Another thing you can do is you can ride the balloon, but you have to pay attention to Joker's orientation. Wherever he's pointing, that's the direction he'll ride the balloon. So if you're closer to the blast zone, you'll ride yourself right out of the stage. Another way to use this is right here for recovery. This is one that I really like because it catches your opponent off guard. The way it catches them off guard is, depending on your input, you can choose where this cannon's gonna come back out. And it doesn't matter where Joker's actually pointing to. So if you're facing this way, you can actually catch them off guard behind you. I really like that move. But now let's talk about his aerial attacks. His aerial neutral attack is the same as the ground, depending on what card you have, right? His aerial side attack is a chargeable wound up boxing glove, typically my favorite to extend your horizontal combo, something like this right there. Next up is his aerial up attack to help you extend those juggling combos, something like this right here, and ooh, almost had him with the glove. His aerial down attack is a chargeable pogo stick that's great for recovery, but also a great spiking move like this. So if they're on the edge, you can kind of, boom, just send them straight down depending on how you charge. You can do a quick tap like that, or you can charge it and do some pretty good damage with some decent knockback. Now for his aerial special, his aerial neutral special attack, this also breaks armor and is a charging move. This doesn't give you armor, however, it breaks armor. So two moves that break armor, his down attack, right? And then his aerial neutral special, like this. Chargeable, and he shoots out this like poison gas. I mean, he is the Joker, right? Toxin does some pretty good damage. His next attack is his aerial side special, which is him doing this with his crowbar thing. That's not even his crowbar, his cane. It does like a helicopter whirlwind thing, which is kind of great. And then next up is his down special, which is, I think, a fart whoopee cushion gas something. I don't actually know what this is, but it's pretty good for also knocking out opponents to the bottom part of your blast zone, or even getting some knockback here and sending them straight up. Help extend those combos, especially when they've taken already a ton of damage. And then your aerial up special, I think we already talked about this, is your balloon still for recovery, so it's the same as your ground one, nothing too crazy here. Now let's look at some combos. His first combo is his side attack into his side special. Now while this combo can work with any of Joker's neutral attacks, I think it's best to queue up the heart card, as this knocks your opponent closer to you, allowing you to hit this combo quicker. This combo inflicts horizontal damage and ends with a knockback that can knock opponents from the platform for a potential ring out. Then we've got my vertical knockout combo here, my absolute favorite. This combo is all about hitting your target and timing, but if done right, can lead to some big damage output with all the juggling the Joker's doing, or even some pretty clean vertical knockouts, depending on how much damage the opponent has already taken. And now it's time for you to take the Joker and get toasty in Multiversus. Check out one of these other guides here next for more, and as always friends, have fun and stay toasty.